Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. So Bitcoin hardly moving today. I mean, it's Saturday. It's not unusual to have a quiet day on Saturday, which is great. Gives me a bit of time to spend a bit of time with the family as well. But overall, of course, the crypto market never sleeps. It is, for many people at the moment, a frustrating market. These periods, however, you need to understand they are completely normal in markets. You don't always have the impulsive moves. You always have periods of sideways movements as well. And we have currently in the crypto market a situation where some coins are really highly probable coins in terms of the low was probably in. Yeah, so we've got, for example, Quant, we've got Matic, we've got Ethereum, possibly Ethereum Classic as well. EOS is one of them, Aave, yeah, we have a few of them. And then we have the ones that probably going to crash down once more. And I think the ones that are probably going to crash down once more, they are in the majority. Yeah, so we've got more of them than of the good charts. And I think Bitcoin is sort of in between. I'm still leaning towards a little bit of the bullish scenario here for Bitcoin, as long as the 18.9K level is holding, as you know. So this is still my primary expectation that we are going to move up from here. But you need to understand the probabilities are very close together. And overall, it doesn't really matter what I think, because we want to wait for price confirmation, right? So there are different possibilities. And all I can tell you also by using the Elliott Waves is to understand what is possible. This is what the Elliott Waves allow us to do. This and at the moment, a lot of things are possible. But it's a market which currently is more geared towards, trolling around support instead of breaking through resistances. It is sort of more in a range. At the moment, we can't really get off the ground here, indicating that we might see another dip here. If that dip is going to lead us, below 17.6K or not, this is what the next support levels are going to determine. But what you need to understand is that we are just trolling support here. And it's basically a bit of a range of support between 19.5 and 18.9K. And if we lose this edge of support, which is the 18.9K level, I think then the bullish scenario really gets into the background. Then we have to focus much more on the bearish one. This is still here the bullish case that we can make, where we started off the ground here at 17.6K in a wave 1 to the upside, impulse, wave 2 correction, then here another wave 1 and an ABC expanded flat. That expanded flat could be finished. We could also see another dip. I think it's actually quite probable to see another dip these days. It's just that kind of market at the moment. And as I told you before, because we can't really get off the ground here, we are still in the range. You could consider that a bear flag. You can consider this an Elliott Wave triangle, which is coming down, even though I've got a bit of a problem with it because you can count 5 waves up here. Still, I think you can consider it a triangle. There's a way of counting this as a 3-wave move as well on the lower time frames. So I'm happy with that in terms of this being a triangle and we see another dip. In the end, it doesn't matter so much because you can also just see it from a traditional TA point of view as a bear flag. And there's other ways of counting this as well. It doesn't need to be an ABCD triangle, but we talked about this. We peaked here, and it could be that we're already in the impulsive wave to the downside where we will make another lower low, ideally above 18.9K. This is even in the bullish count, we can make a lower low here. And still, as long as we're holding above the 18.9K level, move to the upside. But what is important to understand here, there are different charts for different strategies. And if you're a range trader, you can perfectly trade this range, right? Yes, it's frustrating for some people, but if you're a range trader, this is a clearly defined range that I outline in every video, basically. So as a range trader, you could just do this, okay? That's just one way of doing it. I'm not really often trading ranges, yeah. They can be unpredictable. There are different people have different strategies. That's what it is. But if you're a range trader, this is a perfect environment for you. Yeah, but also, or just using bots like grid bots, yeah, they can also help you do this. In the event, that we don't see another low, this is the alternative. So actually, primarily, I do expect here another dip, also in the bullish case at the moment, unless we break above $20,572. So I do expect another low, because at the moment this is really looking like a rectangle pattern, or you can call it a bear flag. And the sort of triangle pattern here also suggests we should break to the downside. This would be invalidated above $20,572 if we break to the upside. It is this, the alternative count, that will then get live, that I see this as the low here, and we then will move up in a wave 1, then here A, B, C, and we would now be moving up in a wave 3. So the wave 1 done, the wave 2 done, and then the wave 3 would be next, which would take us sort of into the region of around $21,300. But this is not very likely at the moment. Yeah. Again, we're in a range. As long as we are in a range, you have to expect to stay in the range. As you come from a downtrend, yeah, you basically expect that you come down. We haven't seen that impulsive move to the upside, which would be necessary to really get off the ground here. So at the moment, yeah, weakness, okay, weakness, and therefore we have to prepare for another dip before we can recover here. This is the bullish case. In the bearish scenario, which I also want to show you, just that you're prepared, yeah, because we don't want to be caught off guard. So in the bearish case here, we basically moved up from the 17.6K low in a WXY pattern, peaked here, coming down in a 5-wave move, in a wave 1 possibly, yeah. So that would be the ideal scenario in a bearish case, that we moved up here in WXY, that was a wave 4 high, coming down in a wave 5, making another low eventually, so below 17.6K that would be. And here we currently, there are also two options, that the low is already in here, or we see another dip. Obviously we want to be consistent, so also here I would expect one more dip in the wave 1 primarily, unless we go above 20.6K, 20,570 basically. And after that dip, then we would expect us to move higher. So there's a few possibilities how we can count this. If the low is already in, I would count the low here at 19,500. We then moved up in a wave A, came down in a B. We are now in the C, but we can't really get off the ground. That's another reason why I'm currently of the view that we will see another dip here before we can really expect that recovery here in the wave 2, which takes us into the region between 22 to 23K. Yeah. So I'm just telling you possibilities, what currently is happening here and what the market is currently capable of doing, and that allows you to adapt your strategy or just to understand what the risk is. What is very important to understand is that it's a very, very choppy market at the moment, very choppy. Not unusual, because we are in a corrective wave, yeah, across different charts and cryptos at the moment. So you get this in corrective wave patterns. Yeah. So that's currently where we are, what we're looking at here. And basically one more thing to mention here, you can see it on this chart quite nicely, that you really are getting close into an apex here. If we see it roughly like that, yeah, and then there will be an impulsive move to, either way very soon. You can even see it like that with one fake out. In this triangle, kind of triangle here, you're really getting into the apex, and there will be an impulsive move, as there always is when you get into a very tight range, like we had it here. That was a very tight range as well, and you had a very impulsive move down. So expect something very soon as well. Again, primarily I would expect it rather down. And this is where we are currently, yeah. This is where we are, very choppy market, but and lots of possibilities, but I think I outlined my primary expectations here. Still, generally from a high level point of view, I'm leaning towards the upside still, generally, yeah, in a bullish case, as long as we hold the 18.9K level. I understand, and everybody needs to understand, this bullish case is currently getting challenged, and that's fine. I don't have the problem to change my primary expectation. We want to follow the waves. We don't want to have a bias here. We don't want to force counts. We want to be led by the waves, adapt our strategy accordingly. We need to be flexible in this market. That's why I've already have been telling you for weeks that we need to allow for different options. We need to be flexible at the moment. It is a choppy market, but perfectly for range trading at the moment. But yeah, that's basically where we are. Yeah, and it's Saturday. It's a quiet day anyway. I guess tomorrow we'll see more volatility again. That could match quite well here with getting into the apex, especially towards the weekly candle close. And September, generally September will be a great month. Lots happening. CPI data, FOMC meeting, Basel hard fork, Ethereum merge, and it's crazy. Okay, so yeah, that's my update about Bitcoin. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.